Welcome to another class. I'm Dr. B, your chemistry teacher. Do not forget that in this class, you have to like, you have to also share, you have to also subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my YouTube page. Today, we are going to discuss something more practical in a laboratory, and that is converting concentrations to parts per million. Now, I want us to know that there are certain dilute solutions, very highly dilute solutions, that measurements will not be expressed, concentrations of their measurement will not be expressed in weight per volume or weight per weight. So it is always advisable that such highly dilute solutions should rather be expressed in parts per million. You will be in the lab and some data will be given to you, and expected that your readings should be recorded in parts per million. How do you convert from certain concentrations to parts per million as a concentration? But before we go into that conversion, I want us to also realize the fact that parts per million is commonly written as ppm. So this is parts per million. And it's also important for us to understand what we mean by parts per million. Part per million is simply one part in either weight or volume of a solid dissolved in 1 million parts, either weight or volume of a solution. I'll repeat myself. Parts per million simply means one part either in weight or volume, okay, of a solute dissolved in what? 1 million parts of another of a solution, either in weight or volume. Now, having understand that, it's important for us to know that mathematically 1 part per million is equals to 1 gram per cubic meter, and is the same thing as what? 1 milligram per liter. That means that at any point in time you have to do a conversion from another concentration to part per million. You must understand that part per million is equivalent to milligram per liter. Now we are going to take an example to see how we can do some conversions, from either weight by weight or weight by volume concentrations to parts per million. Now, take for example, we were given a question, or we were carrying out a laboratory analysis, and we were expected to convert a value 0.5 gram per liter to parts per million. Assuming this is it, we were carrying out some laboratory work and we were expected to convert our values from what? Grams per liter to what? Parts per million. Now, I want us to know that if you take a look at your parts per million conversion is in milligram per liter, this is already the same with this. Our interest in that conversion is the grams. The gram must be converted to what? The milligram. So we are going to do what? We are going to first convert grams to what? To milligram. That is the first thing we are going to do, what? Convert. I want you to also understand the fact that 1 gram is equivalent to 1000 milligram. In your normal mathematical equations, you know that 1 gram is equals to what? 1000 milligram. So if that is true, 0.5 grams will be equivalent to what? 0.5 grams times 1000 milligram. See that? Okay, so 1 gram is 1000 milligram. So 0.5 gram is equivalent to 0.5 grams times 1000 milligram. So this should give us what? 500 milligram. Now we can rewrite our equation, our statement, to read what we have over here. That means that 0.5 grams per liter, therefore 0.5 grams per liter is equivalent to 500 milligram per liter, and this is equivalent to 500 what? Parts per million. Did you see how the conversion is done. Very simple and so easy. You are given what to convert 0.5 grams per liter to parts per million. What must come to your heart is that it is the mass that is important for you to convert here to part per million and not the liters, which is the same. To convert the mass, 1 gram is equals to 1000 milligrams. So 0.5 grams will be equivalent to 0.5 times 1000 milligrams, and that will give us what? 500 milligrams. Now remember that this statement was 0.5 gram per liter. We'll rewrite it now as what? 500 milligram per liter. And we know that 1 part per million is equivalent to 1 milligram per liter. So 500 milligram per liter is equivalent to 500 parts per million. Very simple. Very simple. And I'm sure that you learned something out of this. We can also do another very simple conversion of concentration to parts per million. And now we are going to take another example very quickly to explain the conversion again to parts per million. Okay, now supposing we are asked to convert 0.5 let's say milligram per milliliter to parts per million. Now you can see this. We are asked to convert 0.5 milligram per mils or milliliter to what? Parts per million. Now if you follow what we did before, you will see that 1 parts per million is equivalent to 1 milligram per liter. The problem we have here is not this one, because the milligram and milligram are the same. Our issue now is this. It's for us to convert milliliters to liters. So we are going to do what? We are going to convert the volume this time around. Convert the volume milliliter to what? To liters. Now 1 milliliter is equivalent to 1 all over 1000 liters, and this is what? 0.001 liter. You can rewrite this equation very simple, or this very simple, by telling us that this one here now is written as 0.5 milligram per what? 0.001 liter. That is what it means. 0.5 milligram per milliliter is same thing as 0.5 milligram per 0.001 liter. Now to rewrite this actually in parts per million, it means that we are going to do what? Divide 0.5 milligram by what? 0.001 liter. And this will give us what? This will give us 500 milligram per liter. Milligram per liter. And this is the same thing as what? 500 parts per million. Did you see how it is very simple? So when you understand the basic conversions, especially as it has to do with the units of concentrations that relates with part per million, it's quite easier for you to convert from parts per million from part per million to other concentration terms, or from other concentration terms to what? Part per million. But most importantly, from weight to weight by weight or weight by volume. And what we have just done right here is looking at what? Converting weight by volume to what? Parts per million. I'm sure you've understood what we've done today, and it's of great benefit and importance to you. Do not forget, like I said earlier, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, to also like my page, to make your comments, ask questions where necessary. I will respond to them. Do not also forget to follow me on my Facebook page. Till next time, it is a bye for now.